Alright, gamers. So the Switch 2 announcements have come and gone. We got all the info. Well, I mean, now there's more to come out because they delayed the pre-orders because they have to figure out how much it's going to cost since, Trump is killing the Switch 2 with tariffs. But anyway, we didn't really get any solid info on anything going on with Animal Crossing as far as I recall. I know they kind of just briefly showed off little clips of Animal Crossing being played with game chat during some of this stuff. Cool. Not a new one, just New Horizons. Yeah, as far as I know, no info about if Animal Crossing on the Switch 2, if you bring New Horizons over to it, if it'll get a kind of performance boost. That would be nice, just if it's possible to bump up the resolution on that. I wouldn't mind more frames. Usually I don't really care too much about FPS, but I will say especially if I'm if I'm running along the back cliffs of my island and I pass by a bunch of flowers that are up close to the camera, it looks a little choppy, anything that moves fast across the screen. Not the biggest deal, doesn't affect the game at all. But hey, if it was nice and smooth, that would be pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know if we got any info about that. Sure, it'd be cool if they did. I don't know if they'll bother. Maybe they won't because of some weird logic they'll have no, we don't want you to go back to that. You should patiently wait for the next one instead. But we haven't heard anything about a new Animal Crossing, although the team that makes Animal Crossing games also does Splatoon, supposedly. Splatoon 3 came out after the last Animal Crossing. I know they kind of seem to pump out Splatoons pretty quickly, but you'd imagine that maybe the next thing to be working on would be Animal Crossing. It would be a smart idea to get out another Animal Crossing pretty early on the Switch 2's life. They haven't said anything yet, but hey, there's still a possibility it comes out within the first year of the system, maybe the second year. That would make sense. But like I said, haven't heard anything about that yet, but I was, of course, thinking hey, what if I just go back to playing New Horizons again? Now, I wouldn't personally reset my island and start over. It would be fun to, but I feel like I have an obligation to maintain the state of my island. I did the whole playthrough on my main YouTube channel back in the day, my kind of daily vlog playing Animal Crossing New Horizons in the pandemic. And of course, that's when I started streaming on Twitch as well. And, we all have fond memories of hanging out on the island of Pewter. So, it's almost like a museum at this point, my island. I have to kind of maintain it as is because it's just it's just so well known. A lot of history. But what I was thinking is, what if I could start a new island on the Switch 2? Because obviously only one Animal Crossing New Horizons island per console, which it definitely doesn't have to be that way. Damn, let me switch out the SD card. But no, and I believe they did talk about transferring data from your Switch over to your Switch 2. That makes a lot of sense. Just port that profile over on your saves and all that. But what I am wondering, and why I wanted to make this video, is I would love if I could, say, transfer all my stuff from my Switch 1 over to my Switch 2 when I finally get it, hopefully. The hell is on my eye? Something. That was weird. If I could switch to the new console, but if I could leave my Animal Crossing data on the Switch 1, that would be ideal, because I could start fresh on the Switch 2 and not have to give up my island, Sure, it would be cool. Otherwise, it would have to be something like I transfer everything over and then I would just have to start again on the Switch 1, which would be kind of lame because obviously I'd want to play the new console. But I mean, I imagine it would probably work out if I could just be nah, don't transfer over the Animal Crossing data, especially because there's I know they have a separate app if you have to move Animal Crossing data between two consoles. So that makes me feel that would be its own separate little transaction of data. Therefore, I'm wondering if just the existence of the Switch 2 will kind of give a nice little boost to Animal Crossing and kind of revive it a little bit. Sure, there's going to be plenty of new stuff to play, but also, damn, those new games going to be pretty expensive, huh? You know, you might get a Switch 2 and just fall back on some of your other games at times in between, $80 purchases. So especially if there was like a little performance boost in Animal Crossing New Horizons on the Switch 2, I think it would be pretty cool to hop back into it. You know, you could start up a new island, just try things again, switch things up, get some new villagers, terraform in new and creative ways that you wouldn't want to risk doing on your kind of main thing on New Horizons. Could be pretty cool because, you know, I a lot of people even have like more than one Switch console at this point, or at least like in their household or whatever. So like there's plenty of people that I've seen already have multiple islands, like especially if like, oh, I got a Switch Lite or I got an OLED just for the hell of it, you know, well, might as well make a new Animal Crossing island. But you know, you do that and it's like, no one's playing this game anymore. I can't like trade fruit with people or whatever because no one's logging in. But hey, you know, a couple of your friends get a Switch too. Maybe they hop back on to Animal Crossing. Suddenly, you know, the infrastructure is there again. your turnip sales and whatever boost the Animal Crossing economy again. You know, maybe it'll get a bump on Twitch. People streaming it, maybe not. Maybe I'm just being hopeful, but I could see it, especially if they give it a little performance boost. But you know, maybe they're about getting ready to announce the next one sometime soon. So maybe they're like, no, let's not give that any kind of boost or anything. We don't want you jumping back into that. We want you to be ready for the next one. I feel like that's the reason why they never port Animal Crossing games. Like I don't really see them bringing like the GameCube Animal Crossing onto that like GameCube NSO service because they'd be like, no, just wait for the new one. Duh. I wonder if Sakurai's working on Kirby Air Riders. Do you think that means that there's not a new Smash coming soon? And with that in mind, do you think they would bring Melee to that GameCube NSO thing? Surely not, right? That would be crazy. Maybe. I don't know. Nintendo seems to hate that people still play Melee for some reason. We'll see. But hey, maybe if they can sell it back to you, that'll be a different. Oh, you're gonna sign up for the NSO expansion? Well, then maybe we could bring back Melee. But yeah, we'll have to see what their plan is for Animal Crossing. I feel like if they announce that there's gonna be like a new Splatoon before they announce there's gonna be new Animal Crossing, then I feel like that probably means that we're a while out from a new Animal Crossing, but who knows? And I mean, so June 5th, the Switch 2 coming out, you know, supposedly, unless something else goes horribly wrong. But hey, if I get it in my hands and they haven't mentioned anything about an upcoming Animal Crossing, then like, yeah, I guess I'll be thinking about like, oh, maybe I should start up a new island on this thing. See if anyone else would want to start playing it again with me. You know, I really never did get to restart this Animal Crossing. Like usually at some point I'll be like, oh, you know, I'm kind of done with playing Animal Crossing. I did all the stuff I wanted to do. Maybe I should reset my save. You know, you end up doing that. Oh, Wild World, New Leaf, just like whatever. Actually, maybe I never restarted New Leaf. Did I? But anyway, you know what I mean. But this time I haven't gotten the chance to do it because like I feel like my island is just so important that I can't do that, nor would I really want to because like I just have spent more time in this Animal Crossing than probably any other, like getting it like so complete. So like, yeah, I want to experience that prologue again. I really wish they gave you an option to like play the prologue music again because that was so cool, and it comes in like different stages, like based on how far you're progressing in that kind of opening sequence. I think there's like 7 different things, and it's just like that acoustic guitar and whatever, and like they add some instruments, they add some additional little fills and parts of the melody in depending on what part you're in, and I think that's really cool. And just the whole sequence, like where it's like, you know, you start out and there's just like these tents and you can't even like cross the river or like go up the cliffs. I think that's really cool, and I only got to deal with that one time at the beginning, and it's been a long time. And yeah, I think it would be a lot of fun. I think it would feel fresh because it's just been so long. What do you think? Can you see yourself possibly getting back into it? I know, like, it sucks. I feel like a lot of people that would be hyped for the Switch 2 can't really get into it right now because of the state of the world and because of the cost of the Switch 2. And things just really suck. A lot of people don't have the time for it, I guess. Switch 2, no, my family needs food, which costs twice as much as it did. God. Yeah, I don't know. Things suck. I mean, I'll find a way to justify purchasing the Switch 2, like, oh, I need it for work, right? I'll just put it on my credit card and then do tax evasion later or something, you know? What am I gonna do? Not play the Switch 2 games? I'd rather die. But anyway, what do you think? Am I making any sense with my thoughts here? Could you see yourself picking it back up? Especially like, I don't know, you might pick up Mario Kart for $80 and play that with your friends, then be like, damn, I'm not buying 2 of these things. What else can I play? Maybe you'll find some time to hop into Animal Crossing. Maybe you're way too busy, surviving in the current state of the world. Because the president's an evil monster. It feels like we're the suffering society in a video game under an evil ruler that's waiting for a hero to come along and save us. Except there isn't gonna be one. Link! Wake up, Link! God, what a state we're in. Anyway, yeah, let me know what you're thinking about that. If you think you might pick it up again, maybe you haven't before, and you're like, oh, well, I never really got around to the Switch. Maybe I'll pick up the Switch 2. I feel like that's pretty unlikely. I feel like you're probably more likely to have picked up a Switch 1 at some point and then, not move on to the Switch 2. We'll see. It's a mess. I don't even know how much this thing's gonna cost. People are saying probably like $100 more than they said before, so it'll be like $550 and $600 or something. Wow, that would suck. Probably though. Anyway, thanks for listening to me yap on the gaming channel. Subscribe. I'll see you for the next one. Bye-bye.